Hey guys, I'm Sydney. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to talk about some Poshmark seller mistakes and what not to do when you are reselling clothes online. If you are new here, I am a Poshmark seller. I've been selling on Poshmark for about 5 years now, and I was also a closet consultant at POSHBOSS. Before we get into this video, I just wanted to take a few minutes and thank everyone who has reached out to me and has been praying for my dog. If you are not in my POSHBOSS HQ group, I posted some updates in there. I'll link the group down below if you would like to join. But long story short, my dog collapsed a few days ago and he was not well. And I've spent the past few days driving him all over to emergency vets, to specialists. He is at home, he is resting, he is doing much better now. It's still a long road ahead, but I am so grateful for the compassion and kindness that people have shown to me. I am trying to get caught back up on work. I am very behind on my emails. I'm very behind on videos, obviously. I plan on starting back my training videos on Monday, so if you are in one of my training groups or my courses, those videos will start to resume on Monday. I'll be posting updates in the courses. Speaking of courses, I do have some of my courses discounted at this time as a special. I have my How to Sell on Instagram course discounted, as well as my cross-posting course. So if you would like to sell items directly to people on Instagram, or if you would like to learn how to cross-post, that course will teach you how to cross-post, what to cross-post, what you should be listing on each platform, how to keep track of it. It goes over Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Etsy. And then I also have my January training bundle discounted as well. That includes 4 training videos that will take place over the course of January on sourcing, pricing, consignment, and retail arbitrage. Those will be taking place across the course of the month. It also includes my private share group. It includes lifetime access to my private share group. All of those are linked down below. I started those for my dog. Obviously there's a lot of cost associated with all of the care he's receiving. He still has a lot of treatment to go through. He has to go back and see the specialist, his regular vet. He is just, it's a very complicated case, and I'm going to make a video to further explain the entire story, because I feel like that's a story that needs to be told. But I will have that in a later video for you guys as well. But thank you to everyone who has purchased something for me the past few days to help me with the cost associated with caring for him. Everything is going to him right now. It has just been a very trying few days. It's been a very stressful few days. I've not eaten, I've not slept very much the past few days, but I wanted to kind of do some work where I can. You know, obviously I can't just stop working, but I've been trying to watch him. He has to be on medication every 8 hours, and there's just a lot of care associated with what has happened. So I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of your patience, your support, your messages. And I just want to take a few minutes and thank everybody before I get into this video. So in this video, we are going to talk about some Poshmark seller mistakes. These are things that I feel like come up quite frequently. They are things that I went through in the beginning that I would like to share with all of you to help you from making mistakes and costing you money, obviously. So I'm going to give you 5 mistakes that you need to avoid making when you are selling clothing online. So let's get into the video. The first mistake I see a lot of people make, you need to include a photo of the size tag in your listing. If something, shoes especially, clothing, take a picture of the size, print it on the tag in your listing, and include that as a photo in your listing. You also need to make sure that you are listing the item as the size on the tag. I understand that people get these opinions, oh, it says this is a large, but it runs small. You don't need to talk about that information in your listing. The only thing you can do for a customer is to state the size that the item is that is printed on the tag, and then you need to provide measurements to your customer. You need to be providing concrete, factual information. How something runs, how tight something is, how something fits. Those are all opinions, and that is opening the door wide open for someone to file a case against you. So you need to include a photo of the size tag of the item in your listing. You need to list the item as the size that is printed on the tag. So this has actually saved me from someone opening a case against me. It was a pair of black boots that I had sold to someone, and they opened a case against me and tried to say that I sent them the wrong size. And I had a photo of the size printed on the shoe in the listing, and then they even went as far as to submit a photo of a completely different item than what I had sent them or what they had purchased. So obviously I won the case because I had the size notated in my listing. It was listed as the size that was in the photo, and that saved me from losing a case. So these are the types of precautions that you need to take in your listings to protect you as a seller. One of the great things about selling on Poshmark is that Poshmark doesn't allow returns, and you are completely protected from returns as long as you do everything correctly on your end to protect yourself as a seller. And that involves giving the customer as much information as possible about the item. That helps the customer, and that protects you as a seller. The second mistake I want to talk about is involving storage. So I highly advise that if this is something you want to do long term, you need to get some sort of storage. If you do not have a basement or an attic or something like that, please go get a storage unit. I recently got a storage unit a few months ago, and I wish I would have done this years ago, to be honest with you. Just to get the overflow of things out of your house, to get it, you know, I feel like if your house is cluttered, your mind is cluttered kind of thing. So get a storage unit, and I use that to keep all kinds of overflow stuff. I keep all sort of like shipping supplies there so that they're not crowding me. Really anything that you can do to get as much as possible out of your living space is going to make you a lot happier, and it's going to help your business run more efficiently. So look into getting a small storage unit to keep overflow items in, and I promise it will completely change your life. The third mistake, and this is probably the most common mistake that I see people make, I made this mistake in the beginning, and that is to invest in lighting. I waited so long before I got a lighting kit for my business, and it will literally change your entire business. It allows you to work at any time in the day. You're not depending on natural lighting, you're not depending on windows or anything like that. So really invest in a lighting kit. And even now, you know, I would even say get a ring light. A ring light is completely sufficient enough light to take photos for your reselling business. They're very bright. I'll link the one that I have down below. I also do have the lighting kit just because that is what I had in the beginning. And I use all three of them just because I do YouTube and I do, you know, listing items and things like that. So, you know, I have all of this lighting. It's not necessary to have all of this lighting if you are just listing items on Poshmark. But the ring light will be amazing for you, especially if you are limited on space, if you're in an apartment, a small house, something like that. The ring light is completely sufficient. But I'll link both of those items in the description box down below. Definitely invest in the lighting kit. It will make your life so much easier, and it will save you time, which is very, very important when you're doing a business like this. Mistake number 4, you need to be putting the right size on items that have vanity sizes. So brands like Chico's and Torrid, they put vanity sizes on their items. So instead of something being like a 2X, they'll just put a 2. So you don't want to list that as a size 2 on Poshmark. because that means on Poshmark that it's a size 2, when at Torrid that's not a size 2. So you want to put your items in front of people who are searching for that size. So you need to put the conversion size of the item in your listing, not the vanity size. And then something else that I like to do just to protect myself against cases is I like to go to the Torrid website or the Chico's website and just screenshot the size chart, and I include that as a photo in my listing to show where I got this conversion size from, and that I'm not just pulling this number out of thin air, because without the size conversion chart they could very well file a case against you or try to, which is super annoying. So I just like to put that in there first thing so that nobody, you know, gets confused or anything like that. So definitely make sure that you are listing items as the conversion size and not as the vanity size. Mistake number 5, you have to stop doing things that are wasting time. And I did this a lot in the beginning. I saw everyone else's pictures and thought, oh, you have to have these styled pictures. You have to, you know, get accessories for your pictures and style things. You don't have to do that, okay? It does not take, you know, this photo that takes you 30 minutes to configure to sell an item. You can sell an item as long as you have a clear photo of the item, put it on a hanger, hang it on the wall. You need to figure out a system for yourself that is going to allow you to go quickly. You don't want to take 30 minutes on one item photographing it. That's not necessary. I would rather spend time editing a photo of an item on a hanger hanging on a wall to make it brighter and to make it look better than to spend 30 minutes configuring a flat lay for a photo. You do not need these flat lay photos to successfully sell things online. You just need a clear photo of the item. Again, the lighting kit is going to help you with that tremendously, and that will sell your item. The customer just wants to see the item. They don't really care if it's styled in your photo. Yes, it looks nice. Yes, I've seen beautiful styled photos, and if that's your thing, if that's what you want to do, that's totally fine. I prefer simple is better. So, you know, you've got to stop doing things like this that are costing you time and causing you to not get items listed quickly enough, or to not list items every day. Also, when you know you have to do all this work for each individual photos, it kind of takes away the motivation that you have to want to list things. So if you know you have a system, you can go quickly and you can get your work done, that is going to be much more motivating, and I promise you it's not going to hurt your sales if you don't have styled photos. So don't buy into this myth that you have to have these styled photos to sell things online. You just need to have clear photos that depict the item as correctly as possible. So this is my video. I hope it helps you. I hope it helps you kind of learn from some mistakes that both I have made and that I've seen other people making quite frequently as I've worked with many people on their Poshmark closets. So again, thank you everyone for your kind words and your messages. I will put all of my specials down below, and the link to join the POSHBOSS group is down below as well. And I will see you guys in the next video.